Jeff Wallace with Arabian Horse Times Journeys. Today takes us to Mesa, Arizona, home of Royal Arabians with Mark, Cindy, daughter Amanda, and their entire staff. Mark and Cindy have an amazing journey to tell about the Arabian horse. So sit back and enjoy this episode and look forward to many, many more coming from Arabian Horse Times Journeys. Let's start off, Mark, with asking you how long you've been in Arabian horses and what got you involved in them.
Well, I've been involved with the Arabian horse since Cindy and I got married. Her daughter, Amanda, was already into the horses. So I sort of got adopted into the industry because of Amanda. And she had one horse at the time, Skyfire, who is no longer with us, unfortunately. But based on her getting into the show, both in performance as well as halter, after you have one, and then two and three, and you're paying someone for room and board and training, it becomes a mortgage.
Yes.
So we were lucky enough to stumble across Royal Arabians where we're currently sitting. That used to be an old Arabian farm back in the time Chauncey was around.
Okay.
When the farms were on Bell Road there. And Patricia, at that moment in time, was basically using it as a boarding facility. And Cindy and I approached her, knocked on her door, introduced ourselves, said we wanted to keep this an Arabian facility. So basically we bought the facility at that point in time and then moved our horses here, and then slowly but surely, between our breeding program, training a few people's other horses, have grown the facility now to a point we own about 74 Arabians now with 18 foals on the way, located at two facilities.
I see.
One here and one down in South Gilbert. Okay.
I know you show amateur, but tell me what it's like watching your kid show amateur.
Well, we've had, really get into the showing, we've had three of our kids, 3 out of 5. So Amanda, Rebecca, and then Katie. Amanda, of course, was already in it. And then it was nice to see Katie and Rebecca when they were very young, 6 and 7 years old. They started working here at the farm. Getting up in the morning, I'd drive them here. They were mucking stalls, getting horses ready, and then they started to show a little bit. So to see the family involvement, the kids grow into it, that was really cool. That we were able to involve at least half of the family,
sure,
into the show arena, and then see them succeed, see them make mistakes, laugh about it, and then get competitive enough that they were good at the show, and they actually were able to bring home some blues in the competition. So that was very exciting for me to be able to see that.
Right. When you have a client come or a newcomer to the breed come here, what impression do you want to leave them with?
The most obvious answer is that I want, when they walk out of here, I want them to be able to get in their car or talk to whoever they're with and say, that was an impressive string of horses. That was one of the best string of horses we've seen in the valley or wherever they might have visited. Not necessarily say that's the most impressive horse, because Cindy and I are in it long haul. We don't want to be here just a year or 2 years.
Right.
We want to go down in the books as being a very successful breeding program. And to do that, you've got to have not just one or just a one-shot boom. You have to be able to consistently, year after year after year, breed what we hope would be considered some of the best Arabian horses in the industry and worldwide. When they leave here, they say, it's just wow. That was really cool.
Amanda is a breeder. She is an amateur showman and a lover of Arabian horses. And we're going to chat with her a little bit here, leaning on the rail, and get to know her. I know at 6 years of age, you knew you loved the Arabian horse. Maybe just describe that a little bit.
I was one of those horse crazy girls that everybody talks about. I would throw a saddle on the back of the couch and pretend it was a horse and ride it around the house. And me and my girlfriends at school, even from preschool on, would pretend we were horses and run around the fields. And I think my name was Misty or something. I don't know. We'd pretend we were horses, but we knew that I had the fever pretty bad at a really young age.
I know you have an Imandoria son, Royal Emmanuel, who was just entertaining us there.
Yes.
Tell me about Imandoria for you.
Imandoria was one, I saw her at U.S. Nationals when she won. I don't remember the year. I guess it would have been about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
She came in and it felt like the whole ground was moving because she was just trotting huge and snorting and just everything that exuded excellence. She knew she was hot and she knew what she had and she wanted to show the world. And that was the point where we said, okay, that's the mare we need to breed to. And we negotiated the deal on the rail before she won because the price we thought would go up as soon as she won nationals. And you know, Emmanuel came and we couldn't be more pleased with the result.
You have babies by him.
Yes, and they're breathtaking.
Oh.
Any flaw that we think he has, he makes up for in his breeding program.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the babies are just incredible and they're exquisite. Their faces are tiny with these little teacup muzzles, and they definitely take after Emendoria. Where Emmanuel looks like Emendoria, the genetics definitely pulled through.
I know you have a lot of amateur showmanship, show ring experience. I can only imagine that that must be a lot of fun. Tell me the one favorite moment that comes to mind.
Last year at US, I got to show my gelding, Sensational, to a reserve national championship. He came in the ring and we won reserve, and I felt like he should have won. A lot of people thought that he should have won, and Greg Galoon trained him. When I trotted out for my victory pass at the reserve national champion, the national champion didn't even do a victory pass. She stopped and stared at my reserve national champion horse. Greg and Nancy were on the rail, both clapping, standing ovation for me and my reserve. We all appreciate the same thing in the horses. But even though we weren't with Greg at that moment, he still supports us and the horse that he loves.
We're here with Allie Nelson, a very, very dear friend of the family. When Cindy and Mark's grandchildren walk up and they're the age of your children, I would think that something goes through your heart, your soul. What are your hopes for your kids and for their grandchildren?
I want them to have the best, you know. Little Micah and Jordan here, which are Amanda and Adam's kids, and my two. It's just important that they're happy. If that's horses, I hope it's horses. I hope that that's what they're passionate about, as I am.
Don't horses feed the soul, Allie?
Horses feed the soul. Horses are therapy, you know. They're my therapy. When I'm having a rough day, there's nothing that makes me happier than spending a little time in the barn. So I just want my kids to find that, and hopefully it is the horses.
Are you proud of this program?
I am so very proud of this program. The hard work, the dedication, and the passion that these people have for Arabian horses, the proof is in the breeding program, and every year their full crop, year after year, is all they need to prove how hard they work and how much they love and care about the horses.
Do you feel a part of these foal crops?
I do. I feel, walking here, I feel like Exonera and Cinderella and Maggie, all these other beautiful mares around here, I feel they're a little bit a part of me too.
We're going to talk a little bit with Riley Galoon. Riley is a young woman who comes from an intense Arabian horse background and a very accomplished one, and is a very accomplished young horsewoman herself. Talk a little bit about the quality of bloodstock here at Royal.
You know what I think is really unique about the breeding program here at Royal Arabians is that Mark and Cindy not only breed what is within their breeding program here in their own stallions they stand, but they make sure to breed to outside stallions on a regular basis. They're very supportive of the auction programs at the Scottsdale show and the Vegas show in order to, you know, show their support as well as have an opportunity to, you know, own some breedings to some really, really incredible stallions, up and coming. You know, they've also bred to horses like Pershawn El Jamal for numerous years, you know, through the auction program. And they always have, you know, a really great group of horses that come from that as well. They're, you know, really, really, you know, nice people to work with. They're enthusiastic about what they're doing here at the farm. You know, they look forward to their babies every year. They have a really nice full crop coming up for the 2014 babies, and the 2015 year I think should be really, really interesting to see, you know, what they have breeding to their own stallions as well as a couple outside stallions as well.
To see people be really philanthropic and generous to support this world is very touching to people like you and I, because we know what it means to the breed. And I have noticed that Mark and Cindy and Amanda are very philanthropic. And can you talk about that a little bit?
You know, it's really nice to see people that support our breed in kind of every aspect. Like I said, they do the auction programs. They, you know, are the platinum sponsor at the Arabian Breeders Final Show. They're, you know, they get into the moment.
We're visiting with Cindy McGowan at Royal Arabians today. And Cindy, you bought a painting that was far more than buying a painting. To me, it came across as people who care about the future of this business, and your generosity beyond the painting seemed to me to speak volumes for your care for this breed.
Oh, well, thank you.
If that is right, can you tell me a little bit about what that experience was for you and why you would do that?
I am a lover of art. I actually think the Arabians are living art. So I want to promote the art that is produced. I love the show. Arabian Breeders is, the finals is a great show that I think is progressing. I've bought many of the paintings actually. And I like to support the show, and I think the art is great. And when we do that, we help promote the next year's show. And so she gives the painting as a charitable gift. And I think it is really great to see so many people bid on that to promote the next year's show.
Does Arabian art reflect your love for the horse?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so does the photography. I mean, I really do think that when you look at them, they really are moving, living art. They are beautiful.
Would you say that the Arabian horse has had a very positive effect on your family?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can tell that, yeah. And so when you see the Arabian horse affect your children, whether it's to the degree of Amanda or even less, it still warms your heart, I bet.
Very much. And it has helped them with their work ethic. They all have worked on the farm at some time. They've all cleaned stalls. So it's helped them have appreciation for hard work.
When somebody new drives up on your farm,
right,
and they experience Royal Arabians and your staff and you and your daughter and your husband, when they drive out of the gate, what impressions do you hope they leave with?
I hope they leave with the impression that Royal Arabians is a well-run facility that produces not only beautiful horses, but athletic, strong representations of the breed itself.
Okay, I'm here with a group of 4 people, a staff of Royal Arabians, who all 4 of these people deal directly with the horses, with the bloodstock. And I know Ryan is a trainer, and there's Leo Hansen, and there's Sammy, and there's Ashley. And the thing that we're going to talk about is favorite horses, favorite horse moments, and what it's like to be a part of the Royal Arabians family. So Leo, tell me favorite horses, favorite horse moments at Royal Arabians.
One of my favorite horses, without a doubt, is Maggie May. She's the first horse I bought for them. She's been our foundation mare. She knows she's a diva and she's a queen of the farm, and she gets treated like that.
Is she Magnum Psyche?
Yes,
okay.
Out of Bayshell. So you've got all that to deal with.
A lot of beauty.
Yeah, a lot of beauty, a lot of presence, and a lot of diva all in one.
Right.
And then you've got to love Emmanuel, our stud horse. He is, royally bred. So having the first foals this year and seeing him was a kick. Because if you look back, coming from where this all started from to where we are today, it's a pretty amazing journey.
Sammy, tell me what it's like to work for Cindy and Mark and Amanda.
I love working with Mark and Cindy. They're very receptive to what you have to say if something comes up. I like it thoroughly. And then, of course, my favorite time of the year is foaling season.
Yeah.
You get to see what's...
Is it really special to foal out mares who are pregnant with the stallions you have here with their babies? Like, is that really meaningful?
It's all meaningful, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's all meaningful. Yeah. Every single one.
Ashley, who's your favorite horse here?
My favorite would have to be Royal Medina.
Who's Royal Medina?
One of the babies.
Yeah. This year's baby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This year's baby. Right when I got here, I was given the chance to start working with the babies after they were weaned. So it was kind of nice to see the process from them being wild little babies to ones that just want to have all the attention and love.
You like the babies.
I loved all the babies.
Actually, whenever a client brings a horse here and drops it off and leaves, horses get really well cared for here, don't they?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure I can talk for everyone. We all treat the horses like our own horse. I mean, I've owned horses all my life and taken care of everyone's horses when they go out of town, like friends and family. And like I said, I treat every horse like mine.
Right there, I mean, horses are good for the soul. Anybody's been around Arabian horse, and the difference between other breeds, been around all the breeds. The difference is they want a relationship with you. That's the biggest difference of them.
We're going to have a little conversation now with Justin Cowden, who trains some of the Royal Arabians' performance horses. When you get a horse in training from Mark and Cindy and from Royal Arabians, and it comes to you, that must be kind of thrilling, because these people breed pretty wonderful horses and they believe in the breed and they support the breed, and I would think as the recipient of one of their horses that would be an exciting thing.
Absolutely, and on top of that, you know, they're very very conscious people about their horses. They want their horses to be happy. They don't want to push them. So that's very refreshing, you know, to have people that, you know, want their horses to do great things, but at their own pace. And so that's what I really love about Mark and Cindy and Amanda, is they, you know, they really have a great frame of mind with getting horses out there in the arena.